Hi guys, it's Amy with A to Z Stamping.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy card using the Foxy Friends Stamp Set. Now this stamp set right here, the images are at 60%, so they look pretty small on here. But this stamp set comes with 29 different stamps. And the purpose of the stamp set is so that you could cut out these cute little animals. So it is called Foxy Friends, so you can cut out a fox, but you can cut out pretty much any little critter with 4 legs. So you can do skunks, you can do raccoons, I've seen cats, see there's the different ears. There's a whole bunch of animals, baby animals you could do, or regular animals. But at this point, it does go along with the Fox Builder Punch, but I'm not actually even going to be using that today, but it is really cool. Can you see that? The Fox Builder Punch makes it so you can cut out all the pieces and piece it together, and that way you can add some dimension. But I'm just going to show you how the stamp set just works on its own, cutting out a cute little fox. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our little fox. I'm actually going to be using the stamp right here, and I've got it right here. And I'm going to stamp him in the Calypso Coral Ink. All right, and I am using the D block for this. So I'm just going to ink it up. Now these are photopolymer stamps. Sometimes the photopolymer stamps, to get better coverage, you'll want to stamp onto a mat, but I'll see if our grid paper here will work. So let me line this up. And let's see, press down. This is just a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. Actually, that looks pretty good, so I'm gonna go with that. Let me close up my ink so I don't ink myself up. And I'm gonna grab my Stampin Scrub here. One side's wet, one side's dry. It makes it really simple. Done. My stamp is clean, and I can put it away. All right. All right, so I'll stick that in here. All right, next I'm gonna stamp using the basic black ink. Okay, and I'm going to stamp his cute little feet. So let's ink that up. And the nice thing about these photopolymer stamps is you can see, so I'm just going to kind of line that up. Here we go. Give him some feet. All right, let me clean that stamp up. Put it away. And this here, this little tiny block is our A block. Next, I'm going to give him a little face. Okay, and let me line that up and give him a little face. There we go. Clean that one off, put it away, and I am done with that. Now, this stamp set does not come with any sentiments. It's all just images, 29 different images. And the nice thing too, on the front of our stamp sets, it tells you which blocks will work best with all these things, which is nice, so you know which blocks you should own. I'm going to stamp thank you. I'm actually going to make this a thank you card on the bottom of this, and I'll tell you about this paper in a minute. But this stamp, I'm stamping thank you, and this is from the Banners for You stamp set. I like this stamp set. It does come with a punch that can punch out these banners, but it comes with a whole bunch of just the basic sayings that you might need. Goodbye, good luck, congrats, fabulous friend, anniversary, you amaze me, you too, to you, welcome, so much, I love you, you know, thank you, you matter, hello, enjoy, thanks, for you, to me, happy, just so. So this is perfect for cards. So I'm just going to stamp this right at the bottom. Ink that up. The bottom right corner of this piece right here. All right, perfect. Okay, let me clean that stamp off. And this here was the G block. All right, so I'm going to put this back in this one. Close it up. I'm going to put my ink away, and that's all our stamping. Okay. So now I'm going to use my Big Shot for a minute. Cut some of these out. So let me grab that. I am going to be using the magnetic platform. I like to use the magnetic platform, especially when I'm trying to cut around something. So if I'm using a Thinlit or a Framelit, well, that's most of the time what you're doing, because it will hold them in place. I'm going to be using the Framelit circle dies. So they come with scallops, and they come just with plain circles. So I'm going to be cutting our fox out. Let's see. Let me grab my platforms. You can see my platforms are all scratched up. That's okay. They're supposed to look like that. After you use them even one time, they're going to start looking like that, and that's perfectly normal and fine. So you want the pokey side down. So I'm going to put that, and you see it magneted right down, and then I can be sure it's going to stay where I want it to stay. I'm also going to cut out using this scrap piece of paper, and I'll show you in a minute too. This is from the Designer Series paper stack for Fox and Friends, and I'm going to cut out a scallop. All right, let me put my top, really simple, and I'm going to run it through. Okay. All right, that crackling sound, perfectly normal. It's supposed to make that sound. All right, so now punch these off. These off. I can put this away. Big Shot is so simple to use. All right, done. And now I've got my scallop circle and my foxes cut out. Perfect. All right, let me put these away before I lose them. Okay. All right, so now that's it for that, and we can put our card together. So I'm starting with a piece of Smoky Slate cardstock, and it was an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that I cut at 5.5. So this is now 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to grab my Stampin Trimmer here, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Our trimmer comes with a scoring blade that's always attached to it, so that is perfect. All right, and I'll take my bone folder, give it a nice crease. Okay. Next thing, I have a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and I'm going to take my SNAIL adhesive and just do the edges. Oh, actually, before I stick this on, I think, you know what, I'm going to set this aside. I don't want to stick this on quite yet because I want to stick something else on that. So I'm going to ignore the adhesive. That's going to be kind of a pain to work with, but I'm going to show you it's doable. Okay, actually I'm going to set this right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have some Designer Series paper. Both sheets are cut at 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. And this paper here, this is the one we stamped earlier, is from the Foxy Friends Designer Series paper stack. And let me show you that real quick. This is only available while supplies last. Even though the stamp set, Fox and Friends, will be in the new annual catalog, the paper will not. This paper stack, it comes in, it's 6 by 6 paper. You get 48 sheets of 6 by 6 paper, and I love this paper. It comes in Calypso Coral, which is this color, and we've got Pool Party, this color right here, and then the Smoky Slate and the Whisper White. And you get all kinds, they're all double-sided, and you get all kinds of paper here. The little mushrooms are cute, the little hearts. And then let me show you the other way. There's more of that Pool Party with the Smoky Slate, that Calypso Coral. I love it with the little foxes, super cute. See, all different paper there. So this is really fun to have, makes it nice for card making. All right, so this was called a Little Foxy Designer Series paper. A Little Foxy Designer Series paper. All right, so these again were cut at 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to take this piece of Pool Party cardstock, which I cut at 5 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to mount these onto there. So just going to give these some adhesive with my snail. Okay, and this one I want to leave a little bit of a border, and this can line right up to that. Okay, like that. There we go. Now I'm going to stick this onto the top of this one. So let's stick some adhesive on the back of this. And this is going on here. Okay. The SNAIL adhesive is permanent adhesive, but you have a little bit of time to move stuff around. That's why I'm able to do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I cut a piece of this Smoky Slate 1/8 inch stitched ribbon. This is still available, but this is on the discontinued list. Stampin' Up! Likes to replace most of their ribbon each year, so this is available while supplies last. I'm going to take this piece of ribbon, and I'm going to just wrap it around the center line there. And since I've already stuck adhesive on the back, I'm just going to fold it over, and it should stick right on there. Perfect. All right, like that. Now, let me just put a little more adhesive over where I just did that ribbon. Now I should be able to stick this onto my card base. Okay. Okay, like so. Now I'm going to take another little piece of the Smoky Slate ribbon. I call this the, I don't know. This is just easier for me than trying to tie a bow. If you can do that really easy, you could have just wrapped it around and tied a bow, but I like to take another small piece and tie a bow this way. All right, so I'm going to tie a bow. There are about a million ways to tie a bow, actually. And I'm doing it upside down. I want it to be right side up. All right, oh, come on. Sometimes for me, I feel this is a lot easier to do with fingernails, and right now I have none. Okay. And sometimes keep your little scrap piece long, then you won't have trouble. I had just cut it short to make it simpler for myself, and as you can see, that was harder. All right, so I pull my bow. If you need to trim your edges, go ahead and do that, but I think that looks pretty good. Okay, you can pull it nice and tight. Okay, now I'm going to take my little fox and put some adhesive on the back and stick it to my piece of designer series paper. And then I'm going to grab my Stampin Dimensionals and I'm going to put these on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you just peel the backs off. 1, 2, that one I already peeled off. 3, 4. Okay. And this little guy is going to go right here. Press that down, and there you go. There's my cute little thank you card. Now I can tweak the play with my bow a little bit until I get it to look exactly how I want it. And actually, I think I am going to grab my little Stampin Trimmer, or Stampin Snip. I can't speak. My paper snips. I'm going to cut this a little bit just to make these a little bit shorter. There we go. Cute. All right, and here's one I made earlier. So there you go. Super cute card using the what's this called? Using the Foxy Friends Stamp Set. And I've seen some really cute stuff made with skunks and having to do with love cards. I've seen some really cute raccoon cards, believe it or not. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this card, and I hope you'll check out the Foxy Friends Stamp Set. Thanks, guys. Make sure you visit me at a2zstamping.com. See you later. Bye.